All right, we are moving some steers back here today. So we took them back here from the other farm, and I found one got a bad eye, so got pink eye. You can see it here. So I don't know if maybe probably a little bit late on treating it, but it's just whenever we found it, we've been having a few of them having trouble with that in the barn that they were in. So we got him treated with some LA 300, and he should be healing up. We'll get that healed up, and it'll basically, the eye will just turn into a little bit of a white cloudiness, and then I think he can still see partially out of it. I've got him all locked down right now. He can't move, but if I waved in front of him, he would probably flinch a little bit, because I think he can still see a little bit out of it. But anyways, we got him taken care of, so we're gonna let him out. We got the ones we brought home. I forget, I need to add up how many there were, but we got those down here on this lot. Moved the steers that were here over to that one, and I think in the morning we're actually going to sort out a load to send to the stockyards, because the ones we brought back were weighing about 800 pounds. So the ones that were here were bigger, so they're probably more like 900. So we're going to try to get a load sent out, so we'll sort those in the morning. All right, there's the ones we brought home that one was in the group with. There's 53 that we brought home, and then there's the bigger ones on that lot there. So they need to get out of here because they're getting pretty big. So I was surprised with how big that these were, but they all look pretty good. Hey guys, today is, I think it's Monday morning. Yeah, because last night I was side dressing. It was Sunday. But we are cleaning up the silage rig here. Well, looks like the sky is about to clean up the silage rig here. We're gonna take the chrome pipe off. The muffler had a little crack in it, so I just took it off, or it's like up around the rain cap area. It had a crack in it, so I took it off and welded that, or TIG welded it shut and painted it all. Until then, I stuck the chrome pipe on it, but after a couple days of hauling, it's gotten pretty loud, so I'm gonna put the muffler back on and get this thing cleaned up while it's here. Well, it's raining again, so it rained this morning, which is why I was trying to get that fertilizer in the ground last night. But we got our 2 9/16ths, and we'll take this off and put the muffler back on, and then wash this thing up. I think I might put a new air filter in it. It's been a couple hours since it's been changed. And then yeah, so I'll let you look at it whenever it's all clean. You can kind of see it when it's dirty. It's not very nice. What do you want?
Hey guys.
Here's Krista. She's been cleaning her Jeep this morning, and she had a comment of she smells like what is it?
Like
spoiled milk.
trash can.
She said, I've been smelling spoiled milk all morning. And she's like, it's just following me around.
It's
So
the trash can.
I'd say we got spoiled milk here. Get away from me, dude.
It's the trash can.
Yeah, sure. Yep. All right, it's Tuesday now, and we're down here working on this chopping. So I actually just got here, been doing some other stuff. I had to run and get some seed this morning, and had to set up the sludge buggy because we're getting our tank emptied and getting all that going. So I just got here. Cody's gonna want to switch me out in the chopper, so I'll head over that way here shortly. But John's there on the merger. I think he plugged it up, so I think he was out there unplugging that. But we got our dump truck. We got 2 of our dump trucks, I think, and then I think they've got 2. So we'll get in the chopper here in a minute and get you a view from there. Okay, well, we came out to try to mow some grass down, and I pulled the hay mower out of the barn. The tire's flat. So Dad's kind of was coming this way anyways, so he's gonna stop by. And we're gonna try to get this thing aired up. I don't know if there's something in it or what has happened, but I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, we got our mower going. I'm kind of on a hillside here. Got a few sinkholes had to pick up around. But this is about 10 acres here, what I'm doing now, so I'll be about probably 15 acres in, because I had some in the other field before I came back here to this one. So it's about 9 o'clock now. I think I'm gonna still keep going and try to get a little bit more done tonight. So as you can see, I've got my mower set to windrow, so I've got this stuff tight, put up in rows. We're gonna try to bale this and make silage bales out of it. So we brought the merger out here now that we're done chopping and everything. We brought the merger out here, so we're gonna merge 2 rows together first thing in the morning, and then they shouldn't dry down too much. They'll wilt a little bit, but then we can be able to come out here and take the 560R chopping baler, and we'll run it through that. It'll chop it up and bale it, and then we'll wrap it up in our white plastic, and it's basically going to be the same thing as what we do with our silage chopper and the bags. We'll just be able to feed it in a bale ring like we usually do with dry hay. So we're out here north of town where we've got about 30 or 35 cows, and so we got the hay around here to make to feed them. So we are not able to feed silage out here just because we don't have the setup to do all that. So we're gonna try to do these silage bales as kind of like makeshift silage to kind of get them some fermented feed. And I'm gonna end up in the sinkhole, so hang on. So anyways, like I was saying, we would like to get some fermented feed to these cows up here, because it is the only group of ours that does not get that. So we're gonna do this. We've never done this before, making these silage bales, but we have a lot of friends and neighbors that do. So I've kind of taken all the information that I've heard from everyone and kind of bundled it all together. Some people say to mow it and bale it immediately after. Some people say to mow it and wait a day and then bale it. So I kind of put it all together and kind of made up like what I thought was a kind of a medium area. So I'm gonna mow it down here this evening and then try to put it together in the morning and bale it kind of like late morning, where we're gonna pick up some dew here overnight. So it is gonna pick up a little bit of moisture, which will buy me a little bit of time in the morning. So I don't have to be out here first thing, because I got a couple things I need to do tomorrow. So I'm hoping that it's gonna work out. We need it between 40 and 60% moisture. So we'll kind of see. I don't know if I have a moisture probe that I can take out here and use possibly to try to get an idea of what we're gonna have, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. Well, it's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna call it here. I got, so there was that 10-acre field in the back, got that done. There's probably like 5 acres down in the little bottom. I got that. And then in this bigger part here, I think there's like maybe like 15 or 20 acres maybe. So I think I'm about 3/4 the way done with that. Just got a little bit yet to do there. So I'm gonna go on home, and then we'll kind of see what happens tomorrow. I know I've got make a couple of seed deliveries in the morning, just for some replant beans and just finalizing some orders and stuff that I'm kind of waiting on just to see how many beans they're gonna need. So that's the plan for first thing in the morning, and then I'll probably come out here, and if I can find somebody to mow, I'll have them go ahead and start. But if not, then I'll just have to come out here and mow it, the rest of it, and then start baling.
So I did her good today, is all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's hung. You can see, yeah. Just lets you look at that there, but it's stuck. I mean, it is stuck. I tried for a minute here, and then all I accomplished was throwing mud all over my freshly washed service truck that I just washed like not even a day or two ago. But luckily the 9330 was only like freaking a 10-mile walk. So it wasn't actually 10 miles, it felt like 10 miles because it's freaking blazing sun out here today. I'm not very happy, but I did it all to myself. So I was coming down here this is my last field of regular season beans to plant. And it's a river bottom. The river is like right there, kinda. And there's a creek that runs to the river, or a bigger creek. It runs literally the whole entire outline of the field on that west side, pretty much, or east side. And so I was like, I'm down here side dressing today, so I was like, heck, I was going to get something to eat. I'll stop by here, see if it's dry. We're gonna run the field cultivator over it, just because you can kind of see where it got a bunch of flooded this spring-ish, and so there's a bunch of sand and silt and crap all broken up. So we'll run this to get it all evened out and everything. But needless to say, I was coming to see if we could do that. And I mean, I think that might be our answer, but who knows. Hopefully I got a chain in here somewhere. I think I do. All right, she's out. Hooray. Now, I freaking tore up the valance too on this bumper. That's great. It was already kind of coming off, but I think getting ripped off by the mud really finished it off. So that's gonna add on to the list of, what all I did wrong and how dumb I am for doing this. But I mean, that is kind of a wet spot, but the wet spot's more towards the wood. So I was like, dude, I'll just hang like 10 feet right. Surely it's dry. And I think we all know it wasn't dry. It was not dry at all. But I did run a little bit of run the field cultivator some, just to see how it looked, and it actually not doing too bad whatsoever. So probably gonna finish side dressing and then come back and run this bottom down here real quick, and then maybe see where it's at tomorrow afternoon, and then possibly plant it. So we'll see. If I can get it opened up today, I should be able to plant it tomorrow. Maybe not this spot, but other than that, we should. So.
All right, well, we've been at it all day here, baling. The stuff is getting kind of dry. Definitely should have been right behind the mower, basically. Just basically because it's a hot day and everything's drying good. So we'll know for next time, but we're gonna make it work for now. The baler's gonna stop us here in just a second. Baler automation is very nice. Kick it into neutral now. this one's, I don't have it set up to dump right now, so I'm probably gonna pull out of the way. All right, we got that one dumped, so I got it on full auto now, so it should dump on its own as soon as we get full here. As long as we get full and we're not facing downhill, then I'll let it dump on its own. But yep, it's gonna stop. Hopefully John's out of the way down there. I actually should back up. Yeah, he would have been out of the way, but I didn't want the bale rolling all the way down the hill, so now we're ready to dump. I have to dump it manually now since I backed up. This is kind of a hilly field back here, so and we're back off. We got to turn our automation back on, and then we're good to go. Okay, well, we had about another 10 acres, so I went and mowed down about 5 of it because it's in 2 different fields. So I'm gonna go ahead and go bale that now, and hopefully that'll turn out nice and green, and then we can wrap it. All right, now this stuff is what I just mowed down, so it's nice and green, which is what I should have done on the whole field, but just didn't know. So next time we'll know that we do not need to wait, especially on a nice drying day like we've got today, because it's hot and it's drying out really nice. So it's good for the hay that we've got down on the ground and that is getting baled, because the other baler should be running today somewhere. So that's good. We're gonna do this little field, and we got one more little field that we can do, and that'll have that baling all wrapped up out here. Hey guys, instead of going and side dressing, I actually stayed in this thing, and we got all this work. You can kind of see it all. But yeah, it's doing a great job, and I wanted, if I just got this part done, so the big, like 70 something acres of thing done. So hopefully, I mean, it'll be dried up by tomorrow. The sun's still out, so should have plenty of time to dry up. And so I've got a little bit of part up the hill from this, and then I'm gonna head back and side dress. But I did change plans a little bit and work this while I was here, because Dad was gonna do it, but he's helping Brad with some hay stuff. So I got this done, and it's not too late. It didn't take me as long as I think it would. I thought it would, at least. So we'll get this other section done, and then hopefully it'll be dried up by the morning, and then we'll plant it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, we just finished up mowing, so we're gonna hop back in the baler and go finish baling everything up. All right, we had a little piece of a bale left, so cows are getting a treat. They'll like that. Put our lock on here, and then we gotta pull all this out of here because I didn't wrap up that bale, so it's kind of made a mess. But anyways, so we got her done, and these last bales turned out a lot better than the first ones did, just because they were a lot wetter, and I think they'll ferment a lot better. But we didn't really know. I'd never done this before, so it's kind of just a learning experience, so we'll know for next time. I think I'll try to make some more of these somewhere at some point this summer. I'll do it somewhere where we know we're going to be wrapping and stuff, and then we'll have a few more of these to try out. So we'll get this all cleaned out here, and then we're gonna call it a night after we get everything wrapped up. There's Colton there, he's wrapping bales. So we got this whole line here, and he's got a few more wet ones that he's got to wrap, and then that's the dry hay that we baled like probably a week or two ago. on the end rows here. So I think we ended up with a little over 100 bales of wet, and then I think there's like 30 something bales of dry that we baled the other day. So I don't remember how many bales we made out here last year. I'd have to look back and see how close we were. On another note, we got a bunch of good looking calves out here. They're everywhere. I think we've got like 27 of them right now, and it looks like there might be a couple more coming. I think there's like 33 cows here. I know that some of them had already had calves before we brought them out here, so they won't have any, but I think we'll have probably around 28 or 29 calves after everything's said and done here. All right, did a little bit of bush hogging on one of the fields where I couldn't get everything with the hay mower. So got this stuff put away. I did blow off the baler with the leaf blower, keep it cleaned up. So they just finished up wrapping, I think. So we're gonna call it a day now.
Hey guys, so I'm back side dressing here. I got that field done of running the field cultivator on it, and our semi is empty, and we have about let's see, probably about right at 700 gallon, and then got all the hoses and everything back on the pump trailer and everything. I've emptied this whole tanker today, actually. So we got another one at the farm. We'll get it down here. All I have is about 40 or 32 or 33-ish acres left in the field I'm in. So this load will get it close, and then I have to go back and get some more. We'll just bring another tanker down here. Makes it a little easier. And then get this finished up, and then on to the next. But tonight we're gonna empty this out, and we'll park it here and probably bring this, well, I'm not sure what we'll bring home. We might just bring the dirty truck home. But yeah, glad we got this empty tonight. That's what was my main goal, so we can get another one down here in the morning. Getting started here the next morning. The other baler, the 560M, he said that he had an oil leak yesterday on one of the solenoids here. The O-ring, this O-ring right here was blown out because this thing was only like hand tight. It came loose out of the block here, so it blew the O-ring out. Just the amount of pressure pushing against the O-ring blew it out. So I've got that replaced. I just got one out of my O-ring kit, so put this back together. Go get my ratchet wrench. Now I slid the solenoid over the little stud there, plug it back in, and it should be good. So basically this is just like an electric magnet that changes the flow within like a valve block like this. I'm not exactly sure how they work, but I know that's kind of about how they work. So anyways, these will just get loose, and then it'll get a little bit loose, and then it'll put more pressure on the O-ring, and it just blows it out because it's just soft rubber. So I may check these other ones. That one seems tight, and that one seems tight. So I think I've actually had this one come loose on me before and do the same thing. I don't remember exactly, but not a big deal. I'm on the way to get the corn planter and looking at some beans, and they look pretty nice. So got
cotyledons, unifoliates out, and we've almost got a trifoliate, so we can probably another few days we can call them V1 soybeans. So looking good. You can roll them really nice here. I don't know what date that these were planted, but it wasn't very long ago, probably 2 weeks ago. So looking good. Okay, well, same farm, different field, different crop. Corn here, you can see we've got a area here. This area ponds up and floods. You can see we've got some corn here. All of it looks pretty good. Like right here we've got 1, 2, V2 corn. But this is all flooded out. There's not really anything there. But the problem is I don't think I could even replant it anytime soon if I wanted to, because it's like literally like sinking mud. Right now there's water standing, so this will probably just have to be okay. All right, we're down here planting now. We're where we did the custom chopping the other day. So it's dried out enough to get the corn planted in here. So this will be chopped for corn silage this fall again for the cows. So we're just about to finish this up, and then we'll see if we've got any dry ground of our own that we can plant. I'm not really sure if we will. I think Colton's trying to work up one field, so we may be able to get that planted. Now I'm bringing the field cultivator back from the field where Cody's at. So we got that worked up the river bottom down there, and he's planting it right now in some beans. So we'll get this taken back up to the barn. Should be done with it, I think. So kind of just waiting around a little bit on some of this ground to dry out where Colton's working at for me. All right, I'm back here at the barn. I had the steering controller for this tractor. I put it back in there because it was all locked up or something. So I think it's gonna work now. I'm gonna test it out. So I gotta get this thing back in there. I'm gonna try to put it over that way a little bit. So I don't want to be able to video that, but we'll see how many tries it takes me. All right, we got it in here pretty good. Pretty close on all the sides, so, but we didn't hit anything, so that's all that matters. Hey guys, so we are planting this bottom today that I worked yesterday and got my truck stuck in yesterday. But update on the truck, I did get it home and got it washed before Dad could see it, and I told him about it and he wasn't even that mad, so success on that. And it's pretty dry, as you can tell. It dried out really good. Some pretty good running down here, really. We're running right at 7 miles an hour. It's planting great, so can't complain about that. We got right at 20 acres left, so we'll get this done and then move back home for the final bean field with this planter. There's 2 or like small 20-acre patches that I have to do with the air drill because I can't fit in the entrance with this one. Other than that, I'll probably plant those 2 patches tonight and then get the bigger field done with this in the morning. We made it up to the field, and Colton's just finishing up working here. So, well, he's not finished. He's got wet slough out there in the middle that will not work right now. So we're gonna have to wait on that, but I can plant like probably 2/3 of this field right now. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. All right, well, I think we can head that way now. So we've got the fertilizer tender up there, we got the seed tender hooked up now. Colton's helping me get everything moved here, so we're gonna get moved up there and start planting. We're planting, but having a heck of a time. I knew this was gonna happen. I've got this one fertilizer row that's been giving me trouble, and I cannot figure out what it is. I've had the whole thing apart. I don't understand. And then the filters keep plugging up because that stupid Xyway that I put in, I will never use that stuff again. That has made my life miserable. So I'm still dealing with that. I don't even have it in right now. It's just left over from what was in the tank, I guess. But this stupid row 20 is beeping, and it's only getting on like half rate. So I'm gonna try to go up to the trailer now and try to get some water and just flush through it or something, because I don't really know what's happening. I don't know where it's plugged up. Hey guys, so just pulled the 60 in here at the barn just close to the home farm here. I got all that planted that I worked yesterday. I got all that done, and then I got another little 15-acre patch done just right up the road here actually. And then there's another part to that 15-acre patch, but I have to use that to get in it because my planter will drag coming off like the road because it doesn't raise up very high at all. But I had like a 30-minute drive from the field down south back here, but I made it back here and in the barn, and I have it'll be here for in the morning when I'm gonna finish the one or other bigger field that I have to do. But we're going to go do that 10 acres that I can't fit in with the air drill. So sadly, back to 30 feet. A newer tractor, but back to 30 feet. Well, we're doing a little bit better now. Things are working. I went up to the trailer and I flushed water through the whole system. Like I shut the valve off to the tank and then ran water through it because I have some water on that trailer. So I did that. That helped. I found one of the one row I was having trouble with, row 20. I took the orifice apart and I found a little bit of stuff in that, and that seemed to help a little bit cleaning that out. So it's working right now, good enough that I'm not concerned about it. So we're just gonna keep planting here. I've got the back offset done. Sorry, my flash is on. I don't really know why. Just thought I had it off, but I got the back offset done there. That ended up being like 25 acres. Now I'm kind of working my way towards the front, but as we get over this way, it starts getting wet, and there's ruts from where Colton and try to get the McFarland through. So we're not gonna be able to go much farther this way. So I'm gonna put a couple inrows on down here, kind of do what I can here. But then we've got the other field that kind of goes with this. It's 20 acres, so I'll run over there and plant that because it should go too. All right, it's like 1 o'clock. We've got 75 acres done out of like 90 that's here. I was looking at the weather. I decided I should just keep going here and get all of the dry ground done that I can. So like, see here, this is all dry enough. And it's planting pretty good. There's some dust rolling. So I'm trying to plant the parts that I can without making too much of a mess. There are a couple spots I've had to kind of go around, like down here on this end row, there's a little square that I had to like pick up and go around because it's just wet and it's got ruts in it. I want to get most of it done tonight. That way, in case it does rain, we can just say, you know, forget it and it'll be good enough. We got everything except for the wet spots. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, is just kind of cover it all in case it does rain. So we're getting close to the point where we're gonna run out of ground to do. So we'll be heading home here soon, and we'll just have to see what the weather does. They keep kind of changing it, but it looks like it's spotty showers, so it wouldn't surprise me if we could pick up a small shower, come through in the morning, and then kind of throw it off for the rest of the day. So I'm just gonna have to cover as much as I can here, and then we'll call it a day. All right, we've made some odd inrows in the middle of the field and done some weird stuff here, but we've got most of the field planted. So I'm at 84 acres right now. I think there's about 90 here altogether. So we're looking pretty good, really. I've got, like I said, a little bit left here, so I'm hoping we'll be about 86 acres. And then we'll see what the rain does. You know, if it does rain, that's not a big deal, just a couple acres. But if it doesn't rain, then we'll try to come down here and work it up again and kind of open it up, and then try to plant it. So probably some of the last views from this planter for the year, because once we finish this, we are done. Okay, we've done all we can do tonight. So we got 85.8 acres done. Okay, the wheels got a little bit muddy.
Hey guys, Cody here again. But we got the drill and got everything drilled that I wanted to get done tonight, or really that's left. So those two smaller fields, or 3 smaller fields, my bad. Got all those done. It's 2:16 right now, so finished a lot better than I thought we would, honestly. After my first patch, right up the road from where this was in the barn, I stopped by the farm and put a box of seed in, and then headed out to the other side of town to do those. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, moving at 2 in the morning is so amazing compared to moving at 2 in the afternoon, for sure. And I'd much rather be working at this time than any other time anyways. So I don't mind it too much, especially if we're getting finished up. That'll be the last beans for the drill here. Still got some milo to plant, so should be pretty low on seed in the drill, and then we'll empty that out and put some milo in and finish the milo out, and this thing will be done.
All right, we made it back to the farm. Cody just pulled out of here a few minutes ago. He was drilling beans, so he got done in the river bottom down there today. He got that done pretty quick because it's pretty good running down there. He got that done. Then he came back, and I think he did one little patch with the big planter. And then he switched over to the air drill, and then did some of the places where we had wheat that we baled off. So I think he did like 45, 50 something acres there with that. So he's got 75 acres yet to plant tomorrow, which was supposed to be a cornfield, but it just never dried out in time. So we ended up just deciding to switch it to beans. So that's what he's got on his plate tomorrow. I don't know if we when it's gonna rain, if it's gonna rain. It probably won't rain now that I planted that corn a little bit wet, but I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do, because that's basically what we've done with everything this year. It's all been planted a little bit wet. I think that's basically what everybody in the county has been doing. It's just, it's been a little bit wet, but luckily we've kept getting rain on it, and it's helped kind of bring it out of that. But we're gonna see what it does. It's like 2:45, so I'm gonna head and get to bed. All right, well, we're back the next morning, and it rained, so we did good staying out last night and doing that. So I was gonna try to do those little wet spots this morning, but it's already too wet to get out there with anything. So I'm just waiting on Cody and Colton to get here so we can get this stuff moved back to the shed. Well, I got the planter back. I just dropped Cody and Colton off to get the truck in the McFarland, so they're gonna head back. I think they're gonna try to plant beans with the air drill and the big planter. So we've got 75 acres yet to plant, and it just rained just enough to like mess everything up. So I'm thinking they might be able to get over it and get it before it rains. So I am gonna back up to the trailer here. I'm gonna flush water through my system. That way I don't have fertilizer sitting in there, because I should be done with all that, because I don't think there's any way I'm gonna get that other field finished up planting. So we'll go ahead and at least get the fertilizer out of the tank and then flush water through. That way everything's clean and there's not any of that sticky fertilizer in my flow meters or valves or anything. All right, well, it's actually came a downpour now, so rained a little bit. Put the planter in. I was running the water through, and I've got one of the valves I think is not working. It's been giving me kind of some fits all year. It works good like whenever I'm going like at slower speed, like as long as I don't go over 5 miles an hour, it works okay. But like if I go any much over 5 miles an hour, this valve here wants to start acting up. But I don't really know how I'm gonna figure out, because it can either be the valve is bad and it's going back and forth and messing with the flow, or we're somehow not getting good flow out of here, which I don't really understand why we wouldn't be, because I opened this up and it was coming out fine. That's just a simple T in there. It's not like it's at the end of the line or anything, because there's 2 more after it. So that's something I need to try to get fixed before we put everything away, because I don't like putting it away with everything not working properly. So, because I'll end up forgetting about it till next spring, and then we'll want to use it and it won't work. So that's the only thing I've found on here wrong so far, but I'm sure I'll find something else not working. All right, I took Colton this morning because I needed to get that semi and stuff moved out of the field, and he had some stuff he wanted to do this afternoon, so I got to feed this feed wagon here. So feeding, looking at calves. Everybody looks pretty good. We got to get some hay here. I found a pretty new calf right here, little heifer. She's still got a little bit of her navel cord there, you can tell underneath. Looks good. They always seem to get born in the mud. They don't get born on a dry day. It's always in the rain. She was probably born a couple days ago, so probably in the dry, but anyways.
Hey guys, we are washing the 4320 right now, but I was gonna kind of give you the update on the trying to finish planting. So last video, and I didn't catch a video then, but it was this morning. It rained. It was raining some more. It quit raining, and then we went down and moved Brad's fertilizer truck and his planter back to the barn at Laconia there. So it's all put up and everything. He was down there, gosh, freaking cicada. Anyways, we got that back there. He was cleaning it up and moving or cleaning out his fertilizer stuff, get that ready for get it all cleaned up. And I actually we came back and I went up and planted my inrows on the last field there, and then it started pouring down rain. And now it is very sunny. Sun's actually beaming down on me. And me and Dad went and grabbed something to eat real quick. It was still raining and now the sun's out. So came back. This is my silage hauling tractor and it was a mess. So decided to clean it up while we had some time here. Dad is down on the pad there pushing all the manure up. And Papa was over here. He had his truck halfway pulled in the barn, and I don't know what was going on, but he had his freaking shirt off. So, I mean, he had his shirt off, and there was some words that, I don't know what was going on over there. I mean, he didn't look like he was working on anything, but I just stayed away. It sounded pretty rowdy over there. So, yeah. But I did try to plant. It didn't work. Rained. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So who knows when I'll get done with it. But yeah, like 50 acres to go. So if I had like a dry 2 hours, it'd be done. But I probably won't have a dry 2 weeks for the rest of the month. But we'll see. Yeah. Get this thing cleaned up and get it put back in the shed. There's Dad now, you can kind of see him. So yeah. What do you think of it, Odie? Looks like she wants to go in and get some food. No food? No food. But yeah, get this clean. I got it sprayed off. I just gotta get a brush and a bucket. Scrub a dub-dub.